So the next exhibitor I want to show you guys is actually here at the Italia booth, and I'll get to go to Italy one of these days again. I was in Rome many years ago, but actually at the Italia booth, there's so many different cool products and things, but I'm going to show you guys the one I like the most. Of course, it has to do with gardening, and this is a Serranova, and it's the future of urban farming. You know, I've seen a lot of different setups where they're grown in like big shipping containers and all that. I mean, it's great to do that stuff, right? Those systems can get quite expensive because you can't see through shipping containers, right? You got to like use lighting in there. You got to use LED lighting. You got to have pumps. You got to have filtration. It can be very expensive to run and maintain and upkeep, right? What the designers here have done, because I mean, in Italy they always have good designs, right? Think of like a beautiful Italian woman. That's a good design. Or like one of those amazing, I don't know, sports cars, right? Italians, they got their design, and that's what they've really done with urban farming. They've really got an amazing design that really reduced the cost, reduced the expenses, saves water, and is even more efficient than standard growing methods that I've ever seen in my life. So let's check it out. All right, so this is the Serranova advanced growing system, and if you're like, John, man, that looks like some kind of like greenhouse thing sitting here. It looks like a bunch of cheap plastic. Well, you're right. This is just a scale model, I think 10 times smaller than the real size. Each one of these panels would be like 1 meter, which is about 1 yard. So it's maybe about like 18 to 20 feet one direction by about, I don't know, 10 feet the other direction. And that's basically their whole kit, their whole system. You cannot buy any of these components separate. These are all a design system that come in one package. And the whole system like this with everything you guys need to grow, including the air filtration and the special panels and everything. It's like 35,000 euros. They have a smaller system. It's like 25,000 euros, and then they're gonna have like one that you could, like the size of a double refrigerator, you could fit in your house. I know, maybe gonna be around 9,000 euros or something when it comes out later this year. So like you're like thinking, man, that's a lot of money, right? But here's the thing, right? They have technologies in here that are not available anywhere else, right? And that's why I like to come to this CES to show you guys these things, because otherwise you guys aren't going to hear about this stuff in standard industry. I mean, I was at the cannabis convention that was here in this like convention center just a few weeks ago. Maybe you guys saw the video on that one, right? And they didn't have some of the technologies that they're going to be showing here that Serranova is now using for urban farming that could be used to grow cannabis, hemp, vegetables, fruits, or whatever else you want. And, you know, knowing what I know about gardening and farming and growing food, right, they've incorporated a lot of the same principles, and even some that I cannot incorporate, into their system here. So they're using the best of the best to basically have their system, so I can see why it's priced accordingly. Now, the thing that really stopped me in my tracks was, you know, this, like, why do they got this, like, purple, like, looking, like, panels in there, right? Well, this is their special sauce, their special technology, and all these things together that they're using, including the photoluminescence, right, increases the growth 5 times faster than standard growth. So think if you could grow hemp or cannabis 5 times faster, right, you could have a lot more cycles in the same amount of time, and that means what? More cash for you, or more products that you're going to get out to people, right? So here's the thing, right, and you guys know this, right? Okay, I put this up to the light, right, and you guys ever see those stick-on like moon stickers or star stickers you like put up to the light, and then you like stick it on your kid's ceiling, so like it kind of like puts out, like you turn the lights off and the kid's like, oh, I'm not in the dark, it's light up there and it looks really cool on my ceiling, right? I used to have those as a kid because I didn't like the dark, right? Well, that's what they're using. I mean, this is a very rudimentary method of doing that. This basically collects all the different light spectrums and then releases it slowly. This is all done through natural minerals. There's no GMOs. It's all like natural. It's not like plastic, so I don't know if you could like put that in a dark place. We probably can't do that, but you can kind of see it like glows. And this basically glow in the dark, man. You guys see glow in the dark paint, you see glow in the dark, all kind of stuff. So that's the technology they're using, but it's so different, it's so advanced, right? And that's what these panels do, right? This lets the light through, but the purple is actually their photoluminescence. So basically in their home unit that they're going to have, and let me show you guys, the home unit is going to be their chef version right here, right? The chef version, it's going to turn on the internal lighting, because this is meant to go indoors, right? For 1 minute, right? It's going to basically charge the photoluminescence, which is right similar to this, but very different because it puts out a specific spectrum of light that they have patented technology. They turn on for 1 minute, it charges it for 1 minute, and then for the next 8 minutes, it lets out the light or the photoluminescence to the plants to feed your plants. 1 minute on, 8 minutes off. I don't know how much more energy efficient you guys can get than that, than having the natural sun that's on all the time. So the amazing thing about this is once the sunlight is hitting this, right, this is charging all day. When the light goes out, your plants are still going to grow without any additional LED lighting or any kind of supplemental lighting, without any kind of batteries or solar panels. That being said, you guys can run this whole system on solar panels, and the only thing that you're going to really need to power is the system that basically will monitor everything and has it for an app. So there's sensors. There's also a little air filter cleaner that's a maintenance free, no filters to change, so you have a good clean environment in there. But yeah, that's amazing that they got this photoluminescence, and I really want to look into this more, and hopefully some other companies will come out with some technology similar, or maybe even licenses to use, because that could just surely increase your growth without any kind of solar panels, without any kind of batteries. I mean, it's basically just mined minerals that are doing all the magic for you. You know, so I want to go over this for you, because I mean, the booth here, this is a really poor display. I mean, I would want them to have the real panel so I could show it to you. They don't even have that, but they do have this little book here that I'm going to go over with you. So this is our main system, once again, $35,000, and this allows you to basically just grow fresh fruits and vegetables in a small location, right? I think their mid-sized unit grows 920 plants. It could feed, you know, I don't know, a family of 6 or something, or 6 families or something. It's like some kind of crazy thing. Oh, and the other thing that's really cool is, let's see, as we go along this is environmentally sustainable. This is the most sustainable method of growing. It's going to use the least amount of resources in nature. And the greenhouse is a closed circuit system which produces the energy it uses, so it's 100% green. They've only have a few of these in production at present time. They are looking for investors if you guys want to invest in a really cool project. I don't know how your investment's going to turn out, but I really like the concept if it works out. But I really love the photoluminescence. You know, I haven't seen that before. And here's the difference photoluminescence could make, right? Using their system of photoluminescence, right? The same basil plants, you know, grown with their photoluminescence in the same amount of time grew so much bigger, right? Wow, I want to run these tests myself besides just seeing the picture. But this was done by a university here, Italian University Agriculture Department, so I would tend to believe it. But I mean, it just makes sense to me, right? There's all different colors of light spectrums, and the plants need different ones, we need different ones, and just by utilizing sunlight or standard light to charge up this photoluminescence material could be amazing. In addition, they use things that I would recommend for my garden grows at home, you know, so they are key into using like a coconut coir fiber material, using the different trichoderma, the mycorrhiza, the different beneficial bacteria, using all organic growing methods. And that's increased the bricks like, you know, I think 20% like over standard conventionally grown produce. In addition, they got a special air treatment system that uses only 70 watts to clean your air so you don't get contamination or pest damage. In addition, because this is once again a greenhouse, it's a closed system, and you know, make sure you keep the door shut, and this door doesn't shut on this model. You can keep the pests out so that you don't have to spray anything, so you can have the best, highest quality organic food ever, right? So let's go over some of these things in the brochure here, right? They have a whole, this is not just like the greenhouse thing, you're buying some dumb greenhouse for, you know, a couple thousand. This is a complete system integrated as it's explained to me. And they basically have the components, very important. Photoluminescence, I mean, to me, that increases the light, that increases the growth. 2, they have biological and biodynamic systems, which basically they had a 20 to 25% increase in bricks, in sugars and tomatoes, and essential oils in the different fruits and vegetables. I mean, that's really important to me, because the quality of food you eat is the quality of you, and especially Italians. I can only imagine that Italians are really picky on having the best tomatoes with the most flavor, and you know, they would probably laugh at the tomatoes that we have in the store in the United States in December that freaking bounce when you drop them, and they would be like, this is garbage, I'm not eating this. So yeah, so they really dialed that in. They got that air treatment system, of course, a watering system that's recirculating the water, that's using and then you can monitor it all. So one complete growing system. Maybe one day I'll get to Italy to try this stuff out. But meanwhile, if you guys want to learn more about this and the amazing work that they're doing here, so you can check them out at serranova.bio. That's B-I-O.